It's Joan Rivers with book number 6, was I right?
Yeah, but
book
this is like
6.
a bookette.
A bookette, yes, this is a bookette.
Yeah,
This is from mother to daughter, thoughts and advice on life and love and marriage.
You know, Melissa, my daughter's getting married.
No kidding. God, nobody knew that, Joan. You kept a secret.
She's so scared that I will tell what the dress looks like. You know, there's certain things I've sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, right.
And she said, if you tell
one word
about the dress, or if you tell one word about what the decorations are, that's it, because you've told everybody everything. So the dress is.
There's some really interesting things about this marriage, though. He's Episcopalian.
Yeah,
This is an interracial marriage.
Not that happy with it, but I'd rather have them.
You want a doctor, a lawyer?
I'd rather have, it's just easier. Anyone that's married knows it's easier if you have the same. I'd rather
faith.
he were Jewish, but he believes in God, she believes in God. They'll find their way.
You know, I like that very much because you make that point in the book. You said, look, as long as you both believe in God, like, what is it, Mary? And besides, look at all the holidays those kids will get.
Oh,
they won't have to go to school so much.
You understand?
I'm going to Granny's. It's a Jewish holiday.
Hanukkah's over, here comes Christmas.
That's
Christmas is over, here comes Passover. Look out, Easter Bunny. Those kids will be.
They're going to have a wonderful time.
Yeah, and he's terrific. That's the nice part. He's terrific.
One of the people I'd like to talk about is this man who, I didn't realize that Edgar was English.
Yes.
Being English myself, I thought, oh, did you meet him in England or did you?
He was living in the United States.
Right.
He was actually South African, educated in England, and then came to New York.
Okay.
And he was terrific, very formal, very formal. People would say, Barbara Walters met me, she said to me, what would he want with you? People always, because he was so elegant, and I was, but he was just great. But underneath that all, he was so much fun. You just have to know how to get into it.
How did you meet him? Was it at a dinner, at a function, or?
Again, through the Carson show. He was very friendly with Johnny Carson, and his best friend was Peter Sellers, and they were writing a script, and they were having dinner, and Johnny said, gee, there was a funny girl on the show who could really punch up your script, make it funnier. And that's how we met. You always meet people through work. After a certain age.
Who knew first? When you met him, when did you know this is the guy?
4 days we got married.
4 days?
It's all a crapshoot anyhow.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
you know that.
I didn't know you'd been married once before. Speaking of crapshoots, you've been married for a couple of months to a
very nice,
very wealthy man.
Great, the ring, the wedding, the whole thing.
You got it annulled.
Yeah. Well, those days you could do that.
You just said, we never did. We never did.
And we went into court that time, and everybody's lawyer told him to say the same thing. Well, what happened? Well, nothing happened. Well, tell us about your wedding night. Well, he didn't sleep with me. Well, where was he? He was on the chair. Granted, next. Well, what happened? Nothing. Well, what do you mean? Well, where did he sleep? On the chair. Next. So I said to my lawyer, can we put him on a sofa? And my lawyer said, don't get smart. Just do what I told you.
You were married for how long?
6 months, and it was a nightmare. And it was like
it's
coming out of jail.
It's a crapshoot anyway,
It's a crapshoot.
Another roll of the dice. But so you're brave enough after 4 days to try it again?
Well, I figured you don't know anybody till you live with them, and in those days you didn't live with them.
That's true.
You didn't
That's true. You only live with them now.
Now.
And now you're not engaged anymore.
I live with a man.
Off.
Yeah, we decided not to get my life isn't safe. I got the ring, though. I'm not stupid.
You got the ring. Got the ring.
Got the ring. And then, you know, at this age, why get married? He has 3 daughters. I got very scared. Maybe I'll get a piece of the pie. And Melissa got very scared. Maybe he'll get a piece of the pie. Everyone was so worried about that stupid pie. So I said to him, I'm using
Let's spend it all.
I'm using birth control, so why bother?
That's very funny.
And it's great. And you don't have to take on the family responsibilities, you know? I mean, you do, but every time something really gets rough, I say to his girls, and they're wonderful children, you know, hey, I'm just the girlfriend.
I'm just the girlfriend. Don't look at me. I'm
just the girlfriend.
I'm just here for the night.
Yeah. I'll do what I can, but I'm just the girlfriend.
Is it true that this wonderful line of jewelry, and thank you very much for this beautiful piece,
looks
has sold 160 million?
It's amazing. From nothing. They called me up when I was at one of my lowest points and said, would you like to...
Of which there were a couple.
Of which there were a couple. And they said, that's why I was saying, take a shot. I was 55 years old, never designed jewelry in my life. And they said, design something. So what are you going to design? You don't design. So I made like double strand of pearls. I mean, you know, like, hey, how about a pearl earring with gold around it? Wow, Joan, thinking. And, but I found I had a natural knack, and we're the biggest costume jewelry in the United States. We're all over Canada now.
That's why you're here, actually.
Yeah,
You're
the
on
shopping channel. I'm on tonight, 7 to 9. Then can I give you the hours? They'll kill me if I don't. I know you're not supposed to do this,
you can
probably.
do it, yes.
Tomorrow, Saturday, 9 to 11, 2 to 5, 9 to 11. Sunday, 9 to 11, 1 to 4. So, and then we're all over.
Did you get
Europe.
that? There's Sunday night, 9 to 4, and 11, right?
But it's the shopping channel.
Yeah.
And it just has taken off, and I love it.
Now, the piece you're wearing, the bee, is the first piece you designed. Now, where did you get? How did you come up with this idea?
My husband, everyone always was telling me no. You know, I had one of those careers. Nobody ever said, hey, you, follow me, sign. I was always, nobody wants you. Oh, truly.
I know, you auditioned 6 times, 7 times for the Carson show. They kept saying no.
And Bill Cosby brought me up. He said, for God's sake, she's funny. He knew me. He said, give her a break. And so it was always those kind of doors that were opened for me by people that said, oh, no, she's pathetic. Let her in. So they had,
for God's sake, she won't go away. Let her in.
They had told me very early on in my career, I was to New York. Nobody would understand it. And my husband said, baloney. You know, she's absolutely universal comedy. Comedy is comedy. And I won 2 years later Comedian of the Year in the United States. So my husband found the B, because the B represents achieving the impossible.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah. B achieves the impossible. It can't fly.
That's right. It's not supposed to fly.
Too fat, made all wrong.
By the law of physics and aerodynamics, this thing is not able to fly.
Can't fly, and up it goes. So I did B's, and I do them constantly, and that's kind of like my little logo on everything now.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the bee once again as she rises to higher levels in her life. Joan Rivers, the amazing. With Joan Rivers. I wanted to finish. We were talking about points in your life, and I guess not guess. It's a stupid thing to say. The lowest point in your life. And I was reading to my son in the car this morning. I was telling him about the Carson show and how you went to Fox and how they turned it against you and how Fox didn't have many stations they came out at, so your ratings weren't as great. A year later, you were fighting with what's his name?
Barry Diller.
And he fired you.
Well, that was a personal thing. You know, that was. My husband had a nervous breakdown and was still in control of the show. And he decided he was smarter than Barry. And it was like two guys. It was like mono to the death. Sure. And finally they called me in on a Thursday and they said to me, you can stay. Now my husband had a total breakdown at that point. My husband was like that, but nobody knew. We were keeping this very under wraps.
He was having this because of the difficulties you were having in show business?
Yeah.
He was taking it all very personally?
Very personally. Very personally. Because he was the one that said, leave Carson, we'll do the Fox show. And then he and Barry didn't get along. You know, it was a mess. It was just a mess. And I walked in a Thursday afternoon, God, and they said to me, Barry walked in, he said, pointed at Edgar, he's out, he's off the lot, he is never to be seen here again. You can stay as long as you want.
He said this in front of your husband?
Yeah, make a choice. And I said, it was like a Sophie's choice. I'm going to leave a husband who I know is lying at home staring at the ceiling for hours. And I said, if he goes, I go. And I was gone. Done. Friday done.
And,
well, yeah. Done. Very tough. You know what the toughest part was? 2 years later, they brought me back to do a show, to be one of the guests in Hollywood Squares. And they put me in my old dressing room. They thought I'd feel good. My husband had committed suicide. I had been out of work for 1.5 years. I had no money. I was taking this little crummy job, not sent to school. You know, like one of the dumb squares.
I will survive.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I will survive. Is it
put
true?
Me in my dressing room, bang.
My son said, when I told him that Edgar had taken his life, he said, he felt responsible for it all, didn't he, Mom?
Yeah.
He just felt completely responsible that he'd let his wife down.
Yeah.
That was basically it.
Basically it.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible. And I get, for anyone, here I go, but for anyone that's ever been through suicide with anybody, there's so much anger still, because things do turn around in life, you know?
If you were here, honey, I made it. Look,
and
we could
Melissa's
be here.
getting married, and things are good, and everything is terrific. I walk past his pictures, and I'm like, dope. And I get so angry still.
Yeah.
Furious, because he just didn't hang around, but he couldn't. He was in such pain. He had a total breakdown. He was taking 31 pills a day. and he was taking halcyon, which they've now proven puts you into major depressions. They didn't know that. You know, it's a combination.
Joan, how did you keep going? How did you get up every morning when all of this is going on, and you got to do this little Joe? You got the middle square,
right, the low square at the bottom. That's the dope square.
Oh, you got the dope.
The dopey square.
How did you keep going? What did you say to yourself when you looked in the mirror? What did you do? They tell me, is it true that you had notes up around the apartment? This is a deposit slip.
Yes.
This is like you knew nothing.
Nothing. My husband.
You got no money.
No money.
How did you do it, babe?
I did it because I had to show my daughter there's a way out. If I did not have Melissa, I probably would have killed myself. I'm being very honest with you. That's a terrible thing to say. I work against suicide, you know, so desperately. I just said, Melissa has got to see that you take life and you push forward. I truly did it for Melissa. And there was one time, I'm just, now it's not my eye. There was one time when I was sitting at home and I was so down. I was sitting in my floor in my dressing room, my big house that I was going to have to sell. And my daughter left. She was very angry at me because she thought I had caused Edgar suicide because she had been away and she didn't know what was going on.
Oh,
and I took out a gun. I was looking at the gun, and my dog Spike, God bless him, came in the dressing room and sat in my lap.
Mom.
And I thought, well, kiddo, that's it. And that's truly, I think, the lowest point of my life was that night.
Your daughter must have...
I have to start crying now.
Oh, it's okay, but your daughter must have read all the other crap that everybody else was reading. I mean, they went at you
she
again.
didn't know. And she was going through her own hell. She was the last one to speak to my husband. He called her on a Thursday, and he said, I'm coming home on Friday, Missy. And she said, great, Daddy. I'll pick her up at the airport. He said, yes, fine, darling, I'll see you Friday. And he put the phone down and killed himself. Now I've got a 16-year-old daughter who is going around saying, what did I say wrong?
It's my fault. I should have said. I
What should I say?
Yeah.
I had a daughter that went through her own hell. You know, and turned everything. Well, you should have known. You were there. You know, it was that kind of a thing. Okay. Very hard.
Now, I don't know what you believe about life and about people and what we are. I personally believe that we're spiritual beings. I don't know. I can't tell you where we're going, but I think we are more than just this life and this thing. Right. And I sometimes think we come into life and we're here to learn lessons. What in the name of whoever, Joan Rivers, have you been sent here to learn?
Oh, I've learned that it gets better. Yeah. That you make your own ending. There's no question about it. Absolutely.
Okay.
You make your own ending.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, a woman who is making her own ending, and from what I've heard, it sounds pretty good to me. Okay.
Isn't it pretty?
It is. You know, you must be very proud of this one.
I love it because it's so pretty. I kept saying that.
That's what I was thinking last night. Is this your like wallpaper or something from somewhere? Or something?
That's just wallpaper I picked. I thought would be. I just wanted a pretty book that feels good, and I kept saying I want a little what they call counter books. And my editor kept saying I don't understand what you're talking about. I kept saying I want pretty, and they came out just great. I'm so happy with it.
Do you still do you still do needlepoint?
Yes, I do needlepoint.
Because this is based around cushions that Joan's always done needlepoint. And this, like the first one she would make for her daughter is?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. And so loyalty means?
Well, I talk about, what this was, Melissa was getting married, as you know.
No kidding.
Here we go again. And I was gonna, and when a mother sits down and talk to her, she doesn't want you to sit down and tell her, Melissa, do this, do this, do this, do this. So I thought, I'll write her a letter. So I sat down and I started to write this letter. I dictated it into my tape recorder, sitting in my bedroom very early one morning, in her bedroom rather. And it came out, and as the girl was typing it up, she started to cry.
Aww.
So she said to me, this should be a book. And that's how this whole thing went. So it's all about what she and her husband, you have to be loyal to each other. Once you're married, that's it. What the Bible says, you cleave to each other, you forsake all others.
What does the word cleave mean, to cleave to each other?
Cleave means it's you and me against everybody else, including your mother and my mother. We are the unit. We are the new unit. And that's what it means. And we love each other, and we take care of each other, and we protect each other, and we put each other in cotton. Cleave to each other.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay,
and that's what the book is. It's all about
that. The book is advice from a mom to her daughter.
Yeah.
Honey, you getting married, and here's what I think is important. Loyalty, compromise.
Totally compromised. The Japanese...
Never fight over small stuff.
Right, and and it's all nonsense. When you know, the minute you get sick, really sick, a person can be carrying on. They walk into a doctor's office, and the doctor says, "Let me speak to you privately in my office." You know already that's always the trouble.
Yep.
And you come out, and everything that bothered you that morning doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
Yeah.
Just remember that nothing is that important.
Yeah, if he wants the bedroom this way, forget it.
Do it.
Yeah.
So you're not going to let him watch the football game. Who cares? You know, get another TV set.
No, I believe in this, but did you actually practice this? Did you always never go to bed angry?
Yeah, I do. Well, I had a fight with my mother the night before she died, and I hung up on her. Never got to say, so here I go again.
Ah.
So that taught me I never end a phone call with anybody on an angry note. I still say, even if I'm furious, and my sister and I always argue, I still say, Barbara, I'm going to get off now because this is really stupid and you are stupid and I love you. Goodbye.
Why do you think you fight with Barbara so much?
Because we're siblings.
Oh, well, of course, because you're supposed
We're
to.
siblings, and she does the same to me. You're totally wrong, Joan. You're absolutely wrong, and I'm not going to speak to you again. I'll see you Friday. Goodbye.
And by the way, I love you.
That's it. That's it.
Enjoy the now.
Enjoy the present. Absolutely. There's a little moment in the book where I talk about a poem. A friend of mine is a minister, and he wrote a little poem, which is, yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is God's gift. That's why it's called the present. And we forget about it. We get up in the morning, and oh, I don't look at it, I feel, you are alive, you are healthy, the sun is shining, things are good. You know, we always know when things are bad. We never know. And I have a little, getting back to the jewelry, which I don't mean to, but I'm selling this weekend. I have a little tiny egg, and inside is that message, because I just think it's such an important message for everybody.
Where did you get this from? Who was it that gave you this attitude of positive, of loving life and the strength? Where did you learn that?
My mother. My mother was an immigrant, very difficult life. Yeah. I wasn't until years after she was dead I realized that my father and she had not had a good marriage. You know, that
really?
Yeah, but she had never. That was it. She moved from it and made it work. It would have been an arranged marriage through two European families, and she had made it work. I thought, my God, my mother never complained. Just took it and worked her way through it, and that's so important to know.
The lady who gets better. We were talking, Joan and I were talking about. We've both seen the same biography recently. It's about Frank Lloyd Wright. And the older he got, the better he got, and the more he did, and the more work he created. And it reminds me an awful lot of you.
Yeah, but I'm prettier.
Yeah,
that's not saying much.
And you need to wear those stupid hats. Stupid hats. We're going to take a break. We're back with Joan Rivers in just a moment. We're back with Joan Rivers. The new book is Mother to Daughter. If you look on the back, boy, it's not hard to tell whose daughter she is. Boy, you guys look alike.
Yeah, a little. Somebody told me that I put on a black wig for something once, and they said it's Melissa's face. Look at Melissa's face, a lot older. Look it out. Yeah. She's a good kid. She's a good kid. And I love her very much. She's getting married. And very bittersweet
She's
time.
getting married.
Very bittersweet time.
Yes, well, it's like mom's taking second place because, honey, you got to focus on your husband.
And no father to walk her down the aisle. No father to say, I do, which I talk about in the book. And,
who's walking her down? A friend, a college friend?
Well, it was going to be Roddy.
Why don't you? Oh,
it's going to be Roddy McDowell, but he just died. I mean, my poor daughter has so many things. So we have another godfather taking her down the aisle. But well, these are all Edgar's friends and Edgar's age, and they're starting to drop like flies. You know. It's,
well, you know, the pillow that surprised me the most was this one.
Death.
Yeah,
well, that's part of it too, isn't it?
Yeah, you're so open about the fact that.
But I talked about when my mother died and I got her things.
Yeah, oh yes.
And I want Melissa's my soul heir, so when I go, she's going to just get everything, like it or not. And I want her to know.
Like it or not.
Well, you don't know. You know, you say, ugh, who wants her old china? But yet, but you also feel, can I throw it away? Should I keep it? And I talked about it with my mother. Keep what you want.
Yeah.
And don't feel. You know, my mother left me things that I'd always loved, and I wanted my mother. I didn't want the things, which I talk about in the book.
Yeah.
You know, I'd walk past, I'd say, I don't want this, I want my mother. And I put them away and didn't take them out for about 10 years. And then when I finally took them out, which I talk about in the book, it suddenly was nice. It meant like my mother's continuing. because there are things that are coming out through me to Melissa. So I just try to tell her everything I've learned.
Do you understand? I guess you must know. You must know what a mentor you are for so many women. And although you said, you know, I'm not. Oh no, truly. I mean, how many women are going through hard times, and how many women are struggling, and how many women see that you failed, you got up? I've often said that success is easy. You smile, take the prize, get off the stage. When you fail, you learn about what kind of human being you are. You have to look into your soul and say, okay, what do we do now?
What do we do now?
And you've done it. You're such a role model for women. So many women look to you and are so, inspired by you?
Well, I don't know. All I want, Teddy.
But you know that.
Well, Teddy Roosevelt said, it's not whether you win or lose, it's you went into the battle.
Yeah.
And that to me is so important. Don't let them defeat you. Let them go to hell. Go back and fight.
But you've won your battles now. You must have.
Who knows what's waiting for me outside? Are you kidding?
But Joe, you're financially secure.
No way. No way. I live very well. But I
spent all that $160 million in that jewelry company?
That's not mine.
Nick said to me, well, what do you think she got? I said, Nick, if she got 10%, which is,
there's no struggle.
No, you don't have any problem financial.
How do you know? How do you know what my business manager right now isn't saying to some bimbo with big breasts, come on, we're out of here, I got her money? You don't know.
I don't think that would happen to you now.
It happened to me once.
Really? So that's why I don't think it would happen again, I guess.
Yeah. you don't know.
Yeah. It's been a great honor to meet you.
It's been such a pleasure.
You're just a wonderfully fascinating woman.
Well,
much
thank
happier.
you. Thank
you know
you.
what? She's happy now. She's very happy. And we have a present for you.
Oh, good.
From Roots and from the Dini Show. It's a little travel bag made of leather.
I can
brown.
I can use this. This is fabulous. Thank you. Good. I'll put my dog in there. Spike, we'll cut a
little hole. Put him in the end.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you. It's wonderful to meet you. Wonderful to meet you. Thank you, Bill.
Next, if you're worried about traveling when the dollar is down, find out how to save with all-inclusive vacations.